and suffered bad injury and come back stronger than ever, I think. So good to have you, man, right? I have no doubt that as he takes the helm of DHS, Mark Wayne will fight for Homeland Security, the United States, and securing the country and making it really strong and the way it should be. Our country's come a long way in the last year. We set it up so beautifully, and then we had 4 years of horror. We had 4 years of disgusting horror, open borders, and things that nobody would even think of. You wouldn't even think of. 25 million people poured into our country, and we've gotten a lot of them out, but we have a lot more to.
Nueva Six Cheese Garlic Nut. Pizza grande de 6 quesos premium. Coronada con...
No. Who the fuck has YouTube Premium, bro? Damn it. Bro, what the fuck are we doing? Wait, is the White House live? They might be live on X. I can just do it there. Yeah, they are. Hold on. Apologies, guys. Apologies. This is fucking ridiculous. Hold on. Replace. Boom.
To shield illegal alien criminals, gang members. They want to protect them.
Jordan is hangry a little bit.
Of the country.
A little
Drug
bit.
dealers, murderers. They're protecting them all. I don't know how people can
Just
vote
a wee
for
bit.
these people. You know, I see the midterms are close. I don't know what close means, but
Lam Papillon.
I don't know how people can vote
Papillons.
for them. You take a look. Men, they want men to be able to play in women's sports. They want transgender.
Jordy
for
not be on the
everybody.
tube enough for premium? No,
Terrible,
bro.
but that's the way it is. They don't want to give
my
voter
hours on
ID. They
YouTube
don't
are
want
only
voter
to be
ID
on the
for
stream.
election- For elections, and then they get to vote. They do cheat, but I don't know. It's hard to believe they can cheat that much. Just in the past few days, we've seen the horrifying consequences of Democrats' deadly open border extremism. They want open borders.
Papa
and they
Juan,
want to open the
NPR.
borders again, if they have their chance, because they think they're going to get votes by doing that. On Thursday, a precious 18-year-old
Gotta say, the Taco Bell out here is better
Sheridan
than
Gorman
U.S. Taco
was
Bell. Well,
shot
Is it
and
really?
killed
This
while
is
she was
US, but
walking
you know what I mean.
in a park. She was just
Mainland
walking in
Taco
the
Bell.
park, didn't do anything. The illegal alien monster.
Yeah, something
charged
about it.
with
I don't know.
Sheridan's brutal murder had come illegally
actually
from
make it fresh here?
Venezuela and been released into our country by Sleepy Joe Biden, the worst president in the history.
Sleepy Joe.
And I don't say that because I think he's fine. He's okay. I don't like him, dislike him. I talk about job performance. That's all I care about, job performance. Worst president in history. And Obama wasn't far behind. But he was
Bro,
then
if we were
arrested
sponsored
and
by
released
Papillon,
again
that'd be
by
legit.
Democrat governor,
That would be legit.
a real slob of a governor.
Would you like that, Boris, if we were running ad reads for Papa
Sanctuary
John's?
City of Chicago, which we could make safe in 2 months, I would say. 2 months if we sent in the group, Tom, right? 2 months would be good. 3 months, very good. 4 or 5 months, it would be great. But they would never call because they don't want to do that. All they have to do is call and ask for a little help. The Democrats in Congress do not care how much American blood they shed in their demented pursuit of open borders. From Sheridan Gorman to Jocelyn Nungary and Laken Riley, their quest to flood our country with illegal aliens has left countless American victims in its wake. They never changed. They see what's happening. They never change. That's what they want. They want to get the votes. With sanctuary and sanctuary cities going at levels that they are, and we've ended a lot. We've done a lot. But for some reason, they love it. It's a sanctuary. You know, sanctuary cities are sanctuary for, it's really a sanctuary for criminals. With Secretary Mullen at DHS, we will continue our record-setting efforts to deport these illegal alien criminals from our country, and we are doing at record levels despite a very unfair court system, a radicalized left court system, and others that I'm not too fond of also. And we'll protect innocent American lives. Every single illegal migrant who is a criminal record must be deported immediately. If they have a criminal record, you got to deport them. And there's a lot that came in under Biden. And Kamala, the great border czar, Kamala, who never went to the border, never called Border Patrol, never once called Border Patrol. Can you imagine that, Jim? She's the border czar. She never called Border Patrol. Explain that to me. He's the worst. She was as bad as he was. Going to give them IQ tests next week. Under the Trump
Every ad is a
administration,
Hims ad.
we've achieved unprecedented gains on public safety. Yesterday, we were in Memphis, Tennessee, to celebrate the steepest reduction in crime ever recorded. We've been there for about 5 months, and the numbers, nobody's ever seen anything like it. And thanks to our Memphis Safe Task, it's called Safe Task Force, alongside our efforts in Washington, D.C. And what we've done in Washington is amazing. We have Washington as a safe city now. It's been amazing. It's been, if you go back a year and a half, 2 years ago, Washington was one of the most unsafe cities anywhere in the world, let alone this country. And now we have a very safe city. And what they've done with all of the people working, many of the people standing right there, has been incredible. And now we're going to see all of our cities take a big step because of Mark Wayne. In 1 year, my administration, we've created the most secure border in the United States history and the largest drop in illegal immigration ever recorded, slashed the illegal fentanyl crossings on our border by 64%, and accomplished the largest decline in the murder rate in the history of our country, bringing it down to 1,900. That's before my father was born. My father was born a little bit after that. He wouldn't be happy mentioning this because he never liked talking about age, but he lived to be a ripe old age, but that's before my father was born. Think of it, 1,900, we have a record, 1,900. Murders last year were at the lowest level in 125 years.
Yeah, Tommy, the good old days.
And we're making America safe again. We're doing it. At
And we were
levels that
praying for
nobody-
volatility.
Everything we're doing, we're making.
Here it is, and we're like, oh,
Borders
shit.
great, military's
I don't know if
great.
I want all this.
We're having, by the way, a tremendous success, as you know, in Iran. We had one in Venezuela, and now we're having one in Iran. They have no Navy left. They have no Air Force left. They have no anti-aircraft equipment left, no radar left, no leaders left. The leaders are all gone. Nobody knows who to talk to. But we're actually talking to the right people, and they want to make a deal so badly. You have no idea how badly they want to make a deal. And we'll see what happens. I want to thank Pete Hegseth. The job you're doing over there is really incredible. You and the general and all of the other generals and colonels and captains and majors and everybody else, right? It's a perfect, amazing thing. We make the best military equipment in the world. Now we're going to make it faster. We want to get it faster, but we make the best in the world. We're doing a job. So I'd like to ask Attorney General Bondi to come and do the honors of swearing in a man who's going to do a phenomenal job for our country. And I tell you, your family has to be very proud. You have to be very proud. Everybody wanted this job. I said, there's one man for this job, and I have no doubt he's going to be fantastic. Thank you, Pam. Come on over. Thank you.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear,
I do solemnly swear,
Mark Wayne Mullen,
Mark Wayne Mullen,
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith to allegiance and do the same.
and that I take this obligation freely,
I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental
You guys think Trump
Or
rips
purpose of
African churches or
evasion.
what?
purpose of evasion,
and that I
Just a
will
little
well
lip pilly
and
right
faithfully
before a
that
speech
I
like
will
this. You
faithfully
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office.
on which I
remember
am
first
about
time I
to
saw Tiger
enter.
Woods do it, I was like, Sam,
So
let's
help
go.
me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Secretary.
Hey.
Hey.
Mark Wayne, want to say a few words?
Speech.
Thank you. I think that was the most nervous I've ever been. I don't, it just seems surreal being in the Oval Office and having the President of the United States speak so highly of me and then recognize my family and know my family by name. It's humbling, and I never take it for granted, but I made this very clear that I don't care
Pouch
what
of
color your
choice.
state
Well,
is,
down here in
whether
Puerto
you're
Rico,
red
they
or
don't have
blue.
zins, so I
At the
do
end of the day,
zones.
my job is to be Secretary of Homeland.
They're actually
and
better.
protect everybody the same.
They're better.
And we will do that. I'll fight every single day. Today, I got the privilege of
Little
meeting
6
some
milli
of the
vanilli.
employees at DHS. These employees have been there for 30 days without pay. And if you need anything to know their dedication to show up and still protect the homeland that you and I enjoy and the freedoms that we're experiencing, they're working with for free. Because of
Yes, it is,
political
Boris.
politics.
Yes.
That's all I need to know. I told him, as you're fighting 365 days, understand I'll be fighting 365 days beside you. No one's going to outwork me, and I'm not going to let any of them outwork me.
Mindset.
The president has entrusted me with this.
Mindset.
And
Nobody's
failure's
gonna
not an
outwork
option.
me.
And so,
Fucking
thank
like
you
this guy.
so much, Mr. President, for this opportunity. I won't let you down.
I like this guy. Mindset.
I love that expression. No one's going to outwork me. That's a wrestler's expression, isn't it? Huh? That's a good wrestler's expression. Yes, please.
Mr. President, will the Secretary's replacement in the Senate support the SAVE Act and the use of the talking filibuster to get it through?
Well, it's not the SAVE Act. It's not called this. It's called the Save America Act. There's a big difference because the SAVE Act, nobody knows what that means. Save America means Save America. And I can't speak for him, but I would imagine that Mark Wayne, I didn't even ask him the question because who wouldn't support it? Voter ID with a picture. You want citizenship, proof of citizenship. Ideally, you want to end mail-in ballots because there's tremendous corruption. Then we added a couple of things, Mark Wayne, like I don't think being a great athlete and having a family of great athletes, they have produced great athletes in this family, all-American wrestlers. They especially like wrestling, by the way. And what about baseball? Do you play baseball? Anything? They like wrestling. But
Dude, the Puerto Ricans
I don't think that
love
you would say
baseball,
that
bro.
his
They
family,
love
and I don't
baseball
know this
down
for
here.
a fact, and I shouldn't say
awesome.
it because I could get myself. Does anybody in your family want men to play in women's sports? I don't think so, Jim, right? I don't think so. I don't think. How would they do? Would they do good wrestling you?
Wrong.
Would they be in trouble? He said, yes, they'd be in big trouble. It's so crazy. So that would be one. And then we have a few others that we best of Trump. But if you look at transgender mutilization of children, we don't want that. It's the mutilization of children. We don't want that. So generally speaking, I think I can answer that Mark Wayne would be very
Pull-out
much in
game
favor of what I'm
non-existent.
in
It's
favor of. Would you say
crazy.
that's right, Mark? I can't think of too many things. He might be worse. He might be worse than me. That's my look at his wife is saying. That's right. But so yeah, he's going to be great. Yeah.
Do you believe the Secretary will run DHS?
Honestly, respect, Colin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
What do
respect.
you hope to see as his priorities?
Well, we had a good run. Look, we created the strongest border with the help of that man right there. Tom is so incredible, and he's going to be a big influence here too. There's nobody more professional.
tax
nobody
fraud
better. There's nobody
headline.
better as a human being. You know, he looks tough, but he's got a good heart. But not too good. Don't make it too good. But you know, we had Tom. We have the safest border we've ever had. We have a lot of
Hey,
assets,
yo,
but a lot
Colin.
of things we can.
Colin
do.
says she
We're
can get
gonna
in
do.
my way.
We have to get
Get
criminals
all
out of
the
our
way in
country
my way.
that were allowed in by Biden. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, do you support what appears to be a merging agreement coming out of the Senate to reopen DHS?
Well, I'm going to look at it, and we're going to take a good hard look at it. I wanna
Colin,
support
she's mogging you with that
Republicans.
jawline right there, bro.
Sometimes
She's mogging
it's awfully
you.
hard to get votes when you have Democrats that don't want to have voter ID. They don't want to have proof of citizenship. They don't want to
Get
do
mogged.
anything about men playing in women's sports. That's one of the items we put on, you know. And I did that just because it's so popular. You know, they say that's at least an 80-20
Oh
issue.
my
That's about a
gosh, this
99-1.
chat right now.
I don't think it's, what do you think, Pete? Do you think it's 80-20? Who's closer, 80-20 or 99-1? Almost 100. Yeah, I think 100 is really the, so, you know, so I support that, and I support common sense.
Would you be comfortable with a deal that involves?
This is why I love this
separating
chat. There's no
funding
limits.
From the DHS funding package in order to reopen?
Well, they're working on all of that, you know. That's a detail that they'll explain later. Please.
Election integrity and DHS measures. Mr. President, since CISA falls under DHS, and given that many credible voices have raised concerns over its premature and possibly likely faulty 2020 election assessment, will you and Secretary Mullen implement
Definitely not
improvements
calling
at
it.
CISA and at DHS
We established that.
to ensure full confidence in future elections,
We
like in
haven't
the
spoken
upcoming?
about it. We'll talk about it, you know, pros and cons. Look, they used it to try and
Ask
put me in
Casey pulling
prison.
out is for quitters.
I can't be thrilled with it. They use them very strongly, very illegally. The Democrats are thugs, and I don't want to say that. It would be nice to everyone get along, but it's a different country than it was years ago. It was very dangerous the way they used it, and they weaponized government. They used that to weaponize government. So I'm not thrilled, but I'll also go along with two groups of people, the military, and I think the military likes it, right? And I'll go along with the senators. I'm fine. But I was a big victim of it. Yeah, please.
Are you going to send Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff to do direct negotiations with the Iranians?
Tesla ripping. Yeah, market's getting
We're
a
in
nice
negotiations.
bounce. Nice
As it turned
bouncy
out.
bounce.
Now you've seen what I said yesterday was exactly correct. We're in negotiations right now. They're doing it along with Marco, JD. We have a number of people. doing
Imagine
it,
running a
and the
race
other
and
side,
then
I
just
can tell you,
stopping
they'd like
before
to
the
make a
finish
deal.
line and going back home.
And who wouldn't
How
if you were
stupid
there?
is
Look,
that?
their Navy's gone. Their Air
Oh,
Force
he's not
is
talking
gone.
about racing.
Their communications are gone. That's the biggest problem. It's very hard to communicate them between themselves. All of the anti-aircraft is gone. Most of their missiles are gone. We either shot them or they shot them and don't have them anymore. They're down to a trickle. Pretty much everything they have is gone. I don't know. Can you name one thing that's not gone, or can you?
And
name
then
one
claiming
thing
you
that's
won.
doing well?
Ooh.
You know, if you read the papers, you think we're tied. You think we're in a tough battle. We are roaming free. Over
Imagine running a
Tehran,
race with a plastic bag over your
the
head.
city, Tehran,
My
as
point,
opposed to
exactly, yeah.
Tehran. We're roaming free. We can do whatever we want. And as you know, today we were going to have the privilege of shooting down a very big electric generation plant, one of the biggest in the world. And one shot to the right location ends the plant, it collapses. And we held off based on the fact that we're negotiating. Yeah.
Was the turning point to make you want to pursue a ceasefire? A few days ago, you said you wanted to continue bombing Iran.
Ooh, only
Now
paper
you wanna
bags in
pursue
Cali?
peace talks.
Ooh.
Was there something
The
that
fact
happened?
that they're talking to us and they're talking sense. And remember, it all starts with they cannot have a nuclear weapon. Just, I said yesterday, they said, what are the top 10? I said, well, number 1, 2, and 3 is they can't have a nuclear weapon. And they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. And we're talking about that.
you
And
think maybe
I
they'll
don't want to say in advance, but they've agreed they will never have a nuclear weapon. They've agreed to that.
How do you ensure
Greg
they won't have a
Bavino,
nuclear
your
weapon?
former Border Patrol chief, Greg Bavino, said his only regret is that he didn't catch more illegal aliens. What's your reaction to that?
Who said that?
That's your former Border Patrol chief. He just retired.
I mean, we captured a lot. They were allowed into the country by Sleepy Joe and that group of incompetent people that were, he was the worst president ever, the group of incompetent people. To me, that's the biggest scar. Inflation, they caused the highest inflation we've ever had. We've already gotten rid of it. The biggest scar is what they did, the people that they allowed from prisons all over the world. They came from the Congo, from all over South America. Rough people, really tough people. So, no, I understand what he means. He's, we would have liked to have
Did I say
captured
speak?
more.
I meant spit.
I'm not capturing so much as removing.
Nice.
We're removing thousands of people. And many are self-deporting because we're going after them so powerfully that they're self-deporting, Tom, going back. I think that's
Do you
one
want
of
me
the
to
big
call Hawk
unkept
to a girl for you?
secrets.
I'm gonna give her a call
It's-
for you,
it's,
Boris.
We have thousands and thousands of people, and they're self-deporting. They're going back to where they came from. But what we want really is the criminals. We're really focused on those criminals, getting them out. Yeah.
What's your message right now to Democrats and also to Americans that are stuck in airports? It's really devastating watching it online because Democrats won't fund DHS.
What's
Your
devastating?
message to Americans right now stuck in airports as we speak because Democrats won't
Well,
fund
they just
DHS?
don't, they won't, look, this is a deal that was done in the Great Big Beautiful Deal, which gave you the biggest tax cuts ever.
The great.
Including no tax on tips and no tax on Social Security for the seniors. Think of it, no tax on overtime. Tax deductions when you buy a car, you take money, you pay interest on the money, you deduct it. We've never had that for people buying cars. If it's an American car, only
Crypto
if it's an
scammed me.
American car. But they are
And now she's
just,
scamming everybody on OF.
They stick together, the Democrats.
Well, I guess
They-
it's not
give them
OF,
great
it's like a
credit for
different
that.
app,
We have
isn't
some
it?
that will,
Or is she?
they're not good
I don't know.
stickers. We have guys like
I don't know. But
Tom Massey in Congress, who's terrible. He's just
Exclusive
terrible
content.
person. I call him Rand Paul Jr. But
We
they
all
don't
know
vote.
what that means.
Rand Paul, rarely votes for stuff. likes me, says I'm a
Big
great
Pop
president.
Spy.
He said,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a great president, one of the greatest
IWM.
presidents.
IWM might make a new high of day here in a
Vote
second.
for us, and don't call me a great. I'd rather have the vote than the statement. But we have people that don't stick together, and those people hopefully will someday be gone. The thing I most respect about the Democrats, even on horrible policy, they stick together. What they do have, though, is horrible policy. Transgender for everyone, open borders, men and women's sports. They have the worst policy that you can imagine. And so whether they stick together or not, I mean, they have just this terrible policy. We have great policy. Republicans have great policy. We have common sense.
Great policy.
Great policy. That's our biggest advantage is our
And
policy.
said pink suit lady knew what she was doing when she put that on.
Greatest policy in the history of America.
They all do, Colin. They always know.
It's an overextended tick right up there at the top of the zone.
But more NATO. I think our Gulf allies have been pretty good, to be honest with you. UAE's been hit so hard. He got hit by 1,400 rockets, shot them all out of the air with our great Patriot missiles. Think of it, they shot 100 missiles at one of our aircraft carriers, the Abraham Lincoln, one of the biggest ships in the world, actually. And out of 101 missiles shot, every single one of them was knocked down in the sea. Think of that. Think of what that means. 101 missiles, highly sophisticated, very fast missiles shot. Out of 101, all 101 were shot down, and now, for the most part, lie at the bottom of the sea. It's pretty amazing, right? Pretty amazing. Our military is amazing, Pete. You know the attack I'm talking about recently? 101 shot. I said,
Missiles
wow. I saw that.
mankind.
We have sort of pretty good equipment that we see. It's called the red line. Those red lines were thick, right? I said, that's a lot. And then we saw them one by one just get shot. And these guys that do the shooting are the coolest cucumbers ever. You know, most people, you don't have a lot of time. When a missile's going at 2,500 miles an hour, I don't care how far away it is, you don't have a lot of time. But I watch them, sit down and think.
SPX trend
Great
line
students,
rejection once again.
MITs, a lot of MITs, a lot of guys like this. They're not
Got a volume
as
shelf
much into the muscle
6580.
as they are this one right here. And amazing to watch them perform under great pressure because they have a matter of seconds to do it. If they don't do it properly, it's a big problem, you know, because these were powerful. These were very powerful missiles coming. And so a lot of people choke. They don't choke. These guys don't choke. They're the best in the world. We have the best in the world.
Guys don't joke.
What would be your message today to the TSA agents who have been staying home in recent days amid this impact?
Well, some of them are needing money, you know, because the Democrats cut off their money. I blame the Democrats more than anything else. But some of them, you know, they didn't get paid because they're not funded by the Democrats. This is a Democrat problem. In fact, I actually said to the Senate, why would you say this is a Democrat problem? I think the polls are showing it's a Democrat problem. And they'll do anything actually to hurt our country so they can try and win the midterms. And if we ever went back to our old policies, we wouldn't have a country left.
If they get a deal, Republicans and Democrats in the Senate, to fund all but enforcement operations of ICE, to get those TSA agents repaid and to open up the rest of the department, would you sign that?
Well, I don't want to comment until I see the deal, but as you know, they're negotiating a deal. I guess they're getting fairly close, but I think any deal they make, I'm pretty much not happy with it. These guys came in, they wouldn't pay people. You know, they had a deal to pay. They had to break their deal. The Democrats broke the deal that we had. It was all done. Everything was fine. And then they just said, well, we're not going to pay anymore.
Yeah, market's still popping here into the 300s on NQ.
And at a very difficult time.
Got some previous highs at 320s.
Or at, as they would say, a war. They
Maybe
call it
we
a
try
war
and take
called
these
a
range highs
military
like
operation.
380s, top of the range here.
A very
I don't know.
successful one. Like
But we're getting a nice move.
Successful like nobody's ever seen before. Hey, Venezuela was equally as successful. That was a great thing. No, the
Just
Democrats had a
posted some
deal. It was a
charts
done deal.
on
And then they
X.
said, well, we're not going to pay.
Of a stock that I'm
And,
currently long and swinging
So
long.
a lot of
If
people
anyone
suffered
on the
over
stream
that.
wants to go
and
check
put our
that out.
country in danger. You have another question? You haven't been here in a while.
Well, Iran, can you give us any more sense of who exactly in Iran it is, either Witkoff
Well,
and
you know,
Kushner and others
look,
you're speaking with?
Yeah, we had, I hate to say this in front of these young people. They're not children. I spoke to most of them. They sound like adults to me, even though they are sort of children, right? They'll always be your children. But I hate to say it, but we killed all their leadership. And then they met to choose new leaders, and we killed all of them. And now we have a new group, and we can easily do that, but let's see how they turn out. We have really regime change. You know, this is a change in the regime because the leaders are all very different than the ones that we started off with that created all those problems. So this was, I think we can say, Jason, this is regime change, right?
What makes you trust them?
I don't trust anybody. I don't trust you. I mean, that's only because I know you. But if I didn't know you, I'd probably have more trust.
That was great. I don't trust you.
But I don't trust anyone. Why do you say that? Why do you say what makes you trust? Do you think I trust them? I don't trust them.
Then why bother talking?
Oh my God.
Because they're going to make a deal. They're going to make a deal. They did something yesterday that was amazing, actually. They gave us a present, and the present arrived today. And it was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And
The biggest present I've ever seen.
It was a very significant
Boris, oh my gosh. Yep.
prize. And they gave it to us, and they said they were going to give it. So that meant one thing to me: we're dealing with the right people. No, it wasn't nuclear related. It was oil and gas related, and it was a very nice thing they did. But what it showed me is that we're dealing with the right people. Because, you know, you don't know, because the leadership was killed, all gone. Khomeini, all gone, as the expression goes, the past supreme leader. And then the new supreme leader was racked up, at a minimum, racked up pretty good.
Bro skipped media
And everyone
practice
else was
today,
gone.
bro. Trump got in office and
And then
media practice
many of
went
the
out the
people in the
window. You've
third
seen that
tier
White
are
House
gone.
account.
We're
They got
dealing with a
some
group of
16,
people that I
17-year-old
think,
kid just
they're not-
editing on
and
Final
the-
Cut Pro all day
The
long.
present, the
It's
gift
exactly
they made
what's
to us
happening,
was
bro.
very significant.
Oh
and
my gosh.
They said they were going to do it, and it happened. And they're the only ones that could have done it. Jennifer?
They literally gave that kid a job and said, go crazy.
Yeah, it was related to the flow and to the strait, yeah, it was.
Negotiating on who's going to control the strait from now on?
No, we'll have control of
Best oil
anything
on
we
the
want.
planet.
Look, if we can end this without more lives being down, without knocking out
The greatest oil.
electric plants that are brand new.
Ooh, there it is. IWM new highs.
Yeah, ripping. Here comes them
I'm
380s,
but,
40 more points. Got them 380s coming.
Certain things. I mean, you know the things. I don't have to go over the list, but
Tempted to
again,
short
London
stop
high in the
this thing
cards.
real quick,
and
but
they've agreed to that. There won't
I
be
don't know
any
if we
nuclear
see London
weapons.
high
It's
by
not gonna happen.
close, but like
And they're not gonna happen in
tonight
Richmond.
into tomorrow, yes. London high from this morning. And all the previous highs.
Look, I
Like
hate to
all
say that
these,
we're in a very good bargaining position,
every single recent high that we've had.
but
You could
I
draw,
hate
you
to
know,
say
some
that
sort of
the
trend line on it
defense
or
is-
whatever, but that's
because, you know, until that
just
last
all
missile
those
is fired,
recent highs from
we have
London
no
and
power,
even
but we are in
Monday,
a
that midday high, all the way
best
up
bargaining
to
position. We're
previous
way
day
ahead
high.
of schedule. And again, they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they have no missile protection, and most of their missiles are gone. Most of their launches we've killed. You know, we've killed about 82% of their launchers. So even if they had a missile, they can't launch it. We've been very effective. We have the greatest military in the world. Nobody even comes close. We have the best military equipment in the world. Go ahead.
On Saudi Arabia, there's been some reporting that you've been talking to the Crown Prince. Have you been
Saudi
focused on
Arabia.
normalization between Saudi Arabia and
as your short
We have
scalp.
a great relationship with Saudi Arabia. What do you hear with Saudi Arabia?
Back testing midpoint line on cues.
you to do certain things related to Iran? Can you share?
Well, he's a warrior. He does, yeah. He's a warrior. He's fighting with us, by the way. Saudi Arabia has been excellent, and UAE, excellent. And I will tell you, Qatar, incredible. Qatar took a hit, pretty bad hit. Qatar is very close. You know, they're essentially, you can walk right over the border. Qatar took a hit. They've been great. They've been very strong. Kuwait, they
Boom.
They shot down
Gosh,
3 planes with our
dang.
missiles. They happen to be our planes.
Look at
The
that. Look at
pilots
that.
made it. Can you imagine the pilots making it? The pilots saw what was coming.
Oh, I gotta
They
update
said
my
those are
drivers.
Patriots. We're not going to escape Patriots, and they got out of there pretty quick, Pete, right? Pretty amazing.
Holy shit.
They got out. The 3 pilots lived. In fact, they're flying today. Yeah,
It was like 70
made a
points.
mistake. They fired. They thought they were firing at the enemy. It was, as the expression
Right
is,
at the
friendly
freaking
fire.
zone.
But the pilots are great. They're flying today. Pretty amazing when you think of it. Yeah.
President Trump, on a human level, how hopeful are you that this peace deal will work out? Like as a human,
On what?
on a human level, not as the President of the United States, how hopeful are you that this peace deal will work out with Iran?
You're talking about to end it? Well, I think we're going to end it. I can't tell you for sure. I don't like to say this. We've won this. This war has been won. The only one that likes to keep it going is the fake news. I mean, the New York Times, you read the New York Times, it's like we're not winning a war where they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they have no nothing. And we literally have planes flying over Tehran and other parts of their country. They can't do a thing about it. For instance, if I want to take down that power plant, that very big, powerful power plant, they can't do a thing about it. It's like, take me. That's all
You
they
guys
can
in the
do.
chat, bruh.
And yet, if you read the
Oh
New
my
York Times,
gosh.
or if you watch ABC fake news or NBC fake news, you'd say it's a close battle. It's not a close battle. They're totally defeated. We killed their Navy in, would you say 3 days, Pete? Gone. In fact, I was a little upset with Pete. I said, why didn't you save the ships? We could have used them, right? He said it's more fun shooting them down. But the Navy was wiped out in a very
On a
rapid
human
order.
level.
Pretty impressive for you.
How would
guys,
you feel if I
champion
inbursed your
wrestlers,
foot,
right? When
yeah.
you hear this stuff, but you don't. If you read the news, you don't hear this. You read like, oh, they're doing wonderfully, they're doing terribly. They're wiped out militarily. They are dead. Yeah.
Dead.
Is there a new sense of a timeline? Do you want to get something done before
Damn,
the
she is
midterms?
jaw
I'd like
maxed,
to
I will
see,
say. Jaw Max.
President Putin and President Zelensky sit down and make a deal. I think they're getting close, but I've been saying that for a while. I've settled 8 wars. All of them should have been more difficult than this one. This should have been the easiest one. But these are 2 people that truly hate each other. You'll find out that hatred is not good for making deals. These are people that they don't like each other very much. Yeah.
I know you said there's a bunch of people from the administration who are negotiating with Iran. There's been reports that the vice president is leading those negotiations. Is that true?
Well, he's involved in them. JD is involved, and Marco's involved, and Jared Kushner's involved.
A lot of
very
makeup,
smart
but that's a
guy,
compromise I'm willing to
and
make.
Steve Witkoff, smart guy.
You can
is
fix her.
involved. And I'm involved. Why?
That's-
I'm
that's
I'm
an
gonna
easy
be so
fix.
big. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I'm the president of the United States, Tom, and I'm not going to talk about it. It's beneath me to talk about saving millions of lives, because that's what you're talking about. You're talking about saving millions of lives. If Iran had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it. And if I didn't end the horrible Barack Hussein Obama Iran nuclear deal in my first administration, they would have had a nuclear weapon 3 or 4 years ago. They would have used it. I would have never gotten the chance probably to be president. Who knows what it would have been so devastating. And if we didn't send those beautiful B-2 bombers, they took them off my desk. They were right
Mog
there.
off with the reporter.
Why? But if we didn't have those,
She's gonna need to do some more neck
B-2
curls.
hit, which was so we obliterated, despite CNN. CNN said, well, maybe the word
For the makeup
obliteration
issue,
should
do a
not-
water
we
park on your first date.
obliterated it. Just obliterated their
There you go.
nuclear potential. You
There
would
you
have
go.
had them having 2 weeks after that attack, had we not made the attack, they would have had a nuclear weapon. They would have absolutely used it, and they would have used it on the entire Middle East, including Israel.
Is his face so orange on your screens
know
too?
what?
He's
You
just
see
an
that
orange
because-
man, you know?
He's always just
Unexpectedly,
orange.
He's
when this
just-
war
yeah.
broke out.
I feel like I'm looking
unexpectedly,
pretty orange,
they
too.
started sending missiles to UAE,
We're getting tan
Qatar,
a little bit.
Saudi Arabia,
Not as much as I like,
Kuwait,
but you know.
Bahrain, and elsewhere. And nobody thought they were going to. Were you equally surprised by that, Pete?
First date, Hurricane Harbor,
Pete, do you want to give about
just
a
to make sure you're not an
3-minute,
ogre under all that makeup.
statement on how we're doing in this, as I call it, military operation? People don't like me using
I'll make
the
sure,
word
man.
war, but so
Gotta
I
be
won't.
safe.
But the Democrats call it a war. How about a little statement? I think he's done a very good job. Do we agree he's done a good job, Mark? What? Can we take some of your time?
Thank you, Mr. President. You're spot on. Never in history has a modern military, Iran had a modern military, a modern navy, a modern air force, modern air defenses, leadership, massive bunker. Never has a modern military been so rapidly and historically obliterated, defeated from day one with overwhelming firepower. The air campaign that we've conducted, that Israel's conducted alongside us, was one for the history books, truly.
Trust me, I've seen the edits. Yeah, I know.
When he sends his warfighters out to fight, he unties their hands to actually go out and close with and destroy the enemy as viciously as possible from moment one. And that's why we see ourselves as part of this negotiation as well. We negotiate with bombs. You have a choice as we loiter over the top of Tehran, as the president talked about your future.
So we solve our
It's made it
problems.
clear that you will not have a nuclear weapon. The War Department agrees. Our job is to ensure that. And so we're keeping our hand on that throttle as long as it's hard as
say
it's
the market's
necessary
not
to
pumping
ensure
on
the
this war's
interests of the
over
United
stuff
States of
and all their
America are
rhetoric.
achieved
It's
on that
fading.
battlefield.
Yeah.
This is not Iraq and
Just
Afghanistan.
staying.
This is not a president who's interested in vague end states. He's been very clear.
Market
with us
doesn't
about
believe
what
it.
we need to accomplish, creating the conditions
Oh,
for that.
CVS. I'm fucking trimming. I told you guys, go check my ex for the 2 charts I put out there. Oh, shit.
Disappointed. I don't want to say
Ripper.
I said, Pete, General Kane, I think this thing's going to be settled.
Oh,
So here they go.
yes, sir.
That's too bad. Pete didn't want it to be settled.
Trim, baby, trim.
These guys are doing a great job. That's a good attitude, though, Tom, right? They were not interested in settlement. They were interested in just winning this thing. Yeah, please.
Can you, just taking things locally, hopefully not throwing international affairs for a second, do you support the construction of the Second Avenue subway in New York City? And
He's a douche.
Far out, correct?
I do just think though,
You know,
like
the
if you're in another
Second
country,
Avenue
you're like,
subway's been
fuck.
under
They're just gonna
construction
bomb the
for-
shit out of us. Like we
You're
gotta
a young guy
chill.
is longer than you are old, okay? Huh? That's been under construction.
Like if I was the
Haven't heard
leader of
about the
anywhere else, I'm
Second
going, oh
Avenue subway.
shit.
20 years. What the hell kind of a question is that?
We negotiate
I
with
guess you gotta
bombs.
get
What a
it finished.
bar.
They've been
I know.
just
Put that in the next
trillions
song,
of
Tommy.
dollars practically. No, they spend more money on that than on anything, I think, in the history of our city, in New York City. And it's been under construction for a long time. It's very sad, actually. The only thing maybe worse was Gavin Newsom, the governor of California.
Wait, Colin,
his
did you
train-
actually serve?
I call it his train wreck because it's a wreck.
If you did, thank you very
it's
much
been
for your
years.
service, brother.
It's literally 30 times over budget. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And it doesn't go to
And
San
on behalf
Francisco
of
and
many
Los
people out there
Angeles
that
like it was
wouldn't
supposed
thank
to.
you for that, I
They
thank you for
decided
that.
to cut it way
On
short
their behalf.
because there was no way they could finish it. But it's one of the worst. I've never seen anything like it. Other than the worst, the Federal
We
Reserve
negotiated
building
with
for almost
bombs. Everybody would be
$4
much
billion,
happier if that was the
little
case.
building that's going to cost a renovation for $4 billion, headed by our highly incompetent head of the Federal Reserve. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, would you be open, are you hoping to see the Senate pursue Reconciliation 2.0 to fund ICE and pass the Save America
Well,
Act?
we'll see about reconciliation. We're certainly talking about reconciliation, I think, Mark Wayne, right? Do you want to talk about that for a second? Now that he's working, we can get him to do this.
Thank you. Lindsey Graham, the chairman, where the reconciliation
Oh, that's awesome,
will-
though, Colin.
will
Hell
funnel
yeah.
through. He is committed to
probably
making
so much
sure
fun.
we get reconciliation through. If that is in some form with funding ICE, possibly backfilling from the One Big Beautiful Bill, but also more importantly, the Save American Act. There's a framework that we can do through reconciliation, paying for it, put some of the
Definitely,
policies
Boris,
that
yeah.
cost money in, because there's nothing more important than the Save American Act. I mean, that's what the American people want. There's 80% of the population say they want only Americans voting, citizens that
We
are
want it.
registered to vote, citizens that are,
I mean,
have done
duh.
it the right way. And I believe that everybody wants an election integrity. So fortunately, Lindsey Graham has said through reconciliation, he's willing to put the framework out for that.
And I think that was said so beautifully, so concisely, so well, that we should let him have the last word, and that was it. That was the last word. Did he do a good job? Are you impressed with your father?
Never been more impressed with anybody in my life.
How about me? Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer. No, you
That's
like your
funny.
father better, okay?
That was funny.
Come here.
I like that.
Look at this guy. This guy, don't wrestle him. We'll steal over here. All right. I want to thank the family because without the family, he's not here. You know, he's a different person. And that goes especially for Mom, who looks like she's about 22 years old. I don't know. I see these kids, but she looks very young. But it's a great couple. Congratulations to you both. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thanks. Come on in.
That chick looked directly into the camera. About to get into Power Hour. Another hour of this bullshit? Oh, gosh. Okay. You do that, Boris. Oh, this looks like we're setting up for tomorrow to just freaking actually get moving over these highs and take out London, take out previous day high. I want this to set up real long into tomorrow. That'd be beautiful. Would love that. Bullish Casey and Jordan facts.
I trimmed my CVS calls. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess
I'm not swinging anything overnight, Casey. You are, though.
I am indeed. I got swangs.
Swang.
I'm a young trader like the swang.
I'm going to play that song now.
Casey, one day I might go full port on your word. You should never do that. NCBS all out at 225. Nice job. What a great daily for CBS. This weekly setting up very nice so far as well after an overextension downside. Relative strength today, 4-hour reversal. We're hitting a big spot up here at 73 to 73.3 area. So I do have a stop at entry on the rest, but that was a hell of a ripper candle. That 1 5-minute candle up 0.65% on the stock just on that one candle. Stock's at 2.45 now on the day. Let's go. Who trades CVS? Nobody. Nobody trades CVS. Oh my God. That freaking MNQ short for the scalp. Now we're coming down back to the 250s. Actually, 21 right here. They better bounce this thing, otherwise we're just gonna come back lower. The SPX Iron Condor from this morning that I called out for the people here on the YouTube and next live stream, that is up 100%. I trimmed out some of it around lunchtime for 60%, moved to stop to entry. The rest is chilling at 100%. They should expire for full profit. Say, "Mama, I made it on the big screen." What a turnaround. Because my day started like ass. And now we're popping. I just sent the update on the SPX credit spreads and a picture of the P&L for that trade right there. Just going to let them expire for full profit for the 100%. You can close here if you like. You're just going to pay the commissions and fees per contract. But nice range day again. We're selling these options, baby.
Dangerous to trade SPY here. Yeah. It all looks shitty. But I do like, obviously I'm not making any moves right now, but I do like this base that we're making on both assets just in this 4-hour gap. Is that correct? Slightly wrong. We need to draw that a little bit better. Like, again, it doesn't mean scalps can't be taken. Like, I played short today while we were in this, right? So it doesn't mean shorts can't be played here and there. But overall, like, I am bullish in this entire area on NQ and ES, right? Unless we actually end up, like, losing my real line in the sand right now, because this is so large, right? And so, yeah, I could sit here and say I'm not really bearish until 978. But I know for a fact that equilibrium of this gap, the 50%, as long as we're holding that, I expect us to trade higher out of this. If we start to lose that, well, then we have room to trade all the way to the low, right? That's 160 points. So this is really lying in the sand for me, this midpoint of this gap. if we're distributing under that, I have to think we go to the bottom of it, and then we'll see if we can run through it or not, right? Maybe we try and hold down there if that happens. But we're respecting midpoint. We're reclaiming that overnight low. We're not having a clear flip of order flow on this bigger time frame yet. Let me go to a 30-minute. No, not really. The highest time frame I can find where we're actually doing that is on a 15-minute, but
Red to green on the day after CVS. Let's go.
But yeah, I expect buyers to keep this alive as long as we're holding this midpoint and we find setups to trade back into London high, previous day high, this high here, back into order flow here, right? There's order flow sitting here, but it's already been tapped into multiple times. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time.
1 time, 2 times, too many. Yes.
So maybe we finally run through that and test the next order flow when we finally get up there.
You done fucked up.
And that high.
All right. There is next target upside on CVS. Don't be greedy. Contracts are at 230 here. If you have not
Wow,
trimmed
cooking,
out of this
Casey.
spot.
Great job.
Yes, sir. CVS, baby. Again, I sent those charts well before this move just happened again on X. This was a dumpster diver setup. Just look at the daily and weekly. I mean, look like absolute shit, but look what the area that they tapped into on the daily and weekly. That's what I look for every single day. Day trading, swing trading, doesn't matter. It's the same thing. But SR flip zones, that's it. Now let's see if it can get continuation on these contracts and go in the money over the next few days or weeks.
I think Sim's gonna hop on with us too. Let me send her the link. She just texted me.
Let's go.
KC, how you doing?
What's up, Gov?
Good. How you
Sorry,
doing,
I didn't
Gov?
see you. My bad. I literally just stepped out and I didn't hear you come in. I
Good. I
apologize.
heard you commenting, and I was asking. I was like, "Hey, are you looking at ES or NQ?" I was actually talking with you, and I'm backstage.
You're good. You're good. I'm so sorry.
Was it NQ?
Yeah, both NQ and ES. They're
Okay.
basically doing the same exact thing.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they are. They are. Here's what I was going to comment on.
like I played short today, right? Which is kind of weird since I'm like bullish in this area, but it was there at the time on the lower time frame. We tapped in that 15-minute gap and I found a little 2-minute inverse. I know you don't play that way, but that was my entry. It was basically on the close of this candle here, risking the high for just a 1-to-1. But overall in this area, I got to be a little bit more bullish. I'm curious, how do you look at it here, Gov?
Well, the first thing is, it's like the area you're talking about, that short. That short was also against like an Arch 8 session low yesterday.
Exactly, yeah.
The 312, 310, 312. So the entire group, we all shorted that area. And the best out was around 170. And then there was a long opportunity. And some people took that long kind of basically it was a little bit more off a profile chart and with the potential to go in, and we did pick up a gap fill. So we picked up a gap fill on the downside, and then it kind of NQ rotated up and kind of picked up the gap fill,
Yeah.
Above. So I mean, those were 2 trades that work. And I utilize volume profile quite heavily because it allows me to kind of pick up, greater confluence if it's there. But relative to your comment on the midpoint area here, if you go back and if you look at kind of the lows from Sunday night, March 8th, 9th.
Sunday night, March 8th.
9th, you go back and look where we kind of took off there.
Hold on, wait.
So
March 8th.
Yeah. So
Back here.
Yeah.
These lows. Yes.
So go back and look at that, and then you can come over, and if you look at our volume point of control for today, 289, 290. Look at the volume point of control for Friday, 289, 290. And that area, that low, they all jive.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of gives me, without some other sort of highly technical thing, it just gives me the visual that this is the midpoint area of this range since the beginning of March.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it shows me. And I can see that we're poised, almost set up where, aside from any sort of, mic drop, shoe drop, relative to what's going on in Iran, if we get a rotation above here, I could see that we could go back in and go up and retest it into the 24,700 and Q.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I could easily see that.
And if the market really wants it, and this area, the gap, if people flip to simply an RTH chart, you will see the gap in between the two. So literally, I flip and I can see that we basically.
Here, you want to share your screen?
Yeah. All right, let me do that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. How come I can't see it? Oh, window. There we go.
Got you.
All right. Let me go back to the Globex session chart so I can show you guys what I'm seeing. So if you guys see my chart, so I'm looking, my cursor is like over at the far left over here. This is what I was looking at for like, this was a big rejection, I mean, Sunday, 8th of March, the evening. And look at that big move. When you have a rejection, and then acceptance of this area in here, and then you have such a move, a 2-3 day move up here. I mean, 400, 500, holy cow. I mean, that was that was a 700 point move.
Mm-hmm.
That basically, connotates this was a big area because it was a takeoff area. Now comes, we traded all the way down. We've been hanging in this wide range, here for the last now week and a half. And we had this volume point of control on Friday established pre-market, and we proceeded to trade all the way down there, all the way, toward, we closed near our low, not quite, but we closed below the midpoint of the range. And then in the Globex session, we went and hit new lows, and then we took off. And we kind of traded back up here to the top of this range. So what I'm looking at is like, if you look at the volume point of control that's been established here, 24,300, and that kind of jives with the volume point of control on Friday on Globex session. And again, with that like low takeoff area from the 8th, 9th of March. That just kind of, for me, that gives me a great visual that this is the over under. It's, if we can, and we have like a little bit of a reversal setup, and it's potential, if we don't have any other negative news, we could get a rotation back up, retest yesterday's highs. And then if we get about that, if the market really feels like it's feeling some good news, it's feeling good, and we get some individual components or some positive news, we could see a rotation there. Okay, so now let's state the other obvious. Let's go to, we've established the over-under area. If we get below the lows of today, now the same thing is true. It's like now we could go back and distribute back in and go revisit the scene of the crime of the pre-market before the suggestion of this 5-day halt. And now we're all like, it's exactly a 5-day halt of doing what? Seems like everybody's just doing normal business, but they're just, intermediaries are all talking. So who knows? I mean, there could be a shoe drop, but we could easily go retest those lows. So I view it as those are the boundaries. So you kind of have, just off of those boundaries, what is possible above, what's possible below. So now you go into those areas and you can you can calibrate on NASDAQ. Am I dealing with 20 points of risk, 40 points of risk to have a stop? It's like, and then you can correlate to size. So, I mean, for me, if I'm dealing with 20 points of risk, I'm comfortable going full size. But when I adjust that size, is that we're in the sort of environment we are in now, meaning more tweets from Trump, things coming out of Iran, somebody bombing somebody. You're not trading full size. That is not a normal environment. Automatically you're down to a third size, a quarter size, even if you've got the 20 points of risk. Because as you're entering the trade, if you don't do it automatically with that stop, you could easily get sliced. So
yeah, agreed.
That's kind of how I'm looking. There was a real nice long this afternoon. Really
There
nice.
was, yeah. I didn't play it. I was already done with the market, but there was a nice move for sure.
It was a great move. So now I get back to the RTH session chart, and it makes it clear.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can see what we're looking at. So look at this area, kind of this top part. Basically is kind of an open gap right there at the close on Friday for NQ. That was the touch this morning, and that was the trigger for the long this morning. And then we rotated up, we came back down, and then because I'm the volume profile, I trade volume profile. Look how the volume profile looks. Can you see that? So if we're coming down in here, that now you have, so this is at roughly 12 o'clock Central today, now at 24,186, comes down here. Notice this is a 15-minute chart. Notice these 15-minute wicks here. And these kind of established the base of the meat of this profile. And that told me that we're likely not going to go retest that low, but it's probably going to be able to trigger a few longs right off the base of this, right off the base here. And that's what I was eyeing. I was kind of already, kind of refining. I was down to a 10, 20-second chart looking for price and volume to see how it behaved. So now that we're down in this area, then I went to my, and this is just what I do. I have my key levels from larger time frame, but now I want to be able to go back, and I have to now be able to go back and really look at those areas to see how we're holding up. So now you could see how, now I adjust my chart back up into this area here, the 24, 160, 170, and I can go and I can start focusing how volume is playing down in here. And it was really very mute until we kind of got right in here, picked up some buyers. Then as we moved over, so now this is like it basically right at just shy of 1 o'clock Central. So now we've kind of built up a little more consolidation. We finally picked up more buyers, all at the same level. So you could have been long this 160, 170, and you could have had 20 points of risk and you would have never been touched. And what you could have done, like I do, I will scale out for 20, 30 points on roughly, a third or half size. And that improves my theoretical basis. So now I can let the trade work and not even sweat. This trade worked. So I got in at 176, took that half size scale of 220, scaled more 260, scaled 270, scaled 290. I was out of bullets. And then it looked like it was going to make a move to 340, 350. So there you go. That's how I was looking at it, what I was looking at.
I love it.
And so now you see the 10-second chart. All right. I mean, these days, people, they would hear 10-second chart with a futures trader. Oh, he's definitely a scalper. Oh, he's definitely a scalper. I derive my areas from 4-hour, 2-hour charts first. And then I drop down to 30-minute. Then I go to 15-minute. Now we're in the middle of the day. The profile has been developing.
Yeah, it's really just to see that reaction at that area.
Yeah,
you're not necessarily sitting there trading on a 10-second all
Right.
day. It's just you're seeing those reactions, seeing the interaction around your levels that you have.
Exactly. And you're actually looking, and I don't use any RSIs, any other indicators. I'm simply just doing I already know this price area is significant because the volume profile already established. I knew that if it broke this area and I got stopped for 20 ticks, we were going to retest the low of the day. I knew that, and that's fine. I take my stops. I respect it because for me, that's the market basically telling me a story. It's a question of us as players in the story, actors, participants in the story. Are we paying attention to what's going on? That's how I view stops. The market just give me information.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. You have from 12:10 all the way through 12:50 for a 40-minute period. It hung out at this level. And it gave you plenty of chances to get long. And look at that move. I just ran out of bullets. So anyway, so it just added the blue. That's just a killer trade, man. Killer trade.
Yeah. What's up, Smooth?
How we doing?
Doing good. It's a good Tuesday.
Good day.
You taking any trades this morning? I didn't trade yesterday, so I was eager to maybe try something this morning, and I got a nice little short early on, but honestly, kind of wish I played the long instead.
I did not take any manual trades this morning, but my automations were running. I actually just took a manual long here this afternoon.
Nice.
But I'm still.
That's a good move.
I just scaled some on the NASDAQ around 315.
Give us a little volume, Smoothie.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we can get over this area, maybe go up and test the highs of the day, maybe. We'll see. Got a little harmonic intraday, but it's a little messy, so we'll see. But we're at the 50 fib right now, so if we can get over that, maybe get up to 364 or 61.8. That's kind of where I'm targeting. But already well protected, and just in quarter size now.
Yeah, markets are holding up well with the Trump speech. I mean,
Yeah, what did he
he's
say?
trying to convince us that the war's over, basically. I don't think the market's fully buying it, or else we would have probably moved more. But I mean, we got about.
It was a headline. I saw someone post. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I didn't even read into it. But
yeah,
apparently Iran said non-hostile ships can transit through the strait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which I thought would create a bit more of a rally, but I guess people don't believe.
I just think the
it.
market doesn't know what to believe right now. It just doesn't know what the
anybody
hell's
knows.
going on. Yeah.
But that's logical, right? Because
Yeah.
nobody really knows. Because even Trump and the Iranians, they're not speaking directly. And we've
Yeah.
already found this out the last couple hours. They're speaking through intermediaries. There's nobody. So it's completely fair for Iran to say we're not even talking to them.
Yeah.
Well, they're not. They're going through back channels.
Mm-hmm.
Plausible deniability. It's everywhere. I mean, the nice thing is within this climate we have, I mean, it's still producing some decent trades.
I know. Like intraday, you just pick your spots, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I agree. I think intraday's cleaned up too since
It really
I know it was a few weeks ago a little rougher. I think it's cleaned up a bit though, even though we're still technically in the range.
Yeah, yesterday I nailed that short in the morning. Just
Nice.
really wasn't thinking it was going to melt down like it did. But I did pick up those puts that I was telling you guys about when I was on with you guys earlier, and that worked out pretty well. But I just thought, sometimes when the future trades gets just a little slippery, but then you develop a thesis from possible rotation from highs to lows. That's just an ideal scenario where go in and shift over and pick up some puts or calls and adjust your size there. It's easier to manage that trade.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to have stops then and kind of manage the theta, because if it hangs around an area too long, I mean, you could easily lose 30-40%, and trying to have a 30-40% stop. That's when you just got to, reduce the size. Where it's like, hell, if it like you lose 70-80%, it's like don't have that many contracts on, because if it makes the move you think it will back to the low of days, it's going to turn out pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that ended up being a 4Xer. So if you kind of just said, it's like, hey, I'm going to risk $500 or $1,000 on this trade, or whatever your number is, $200, it doesn't matter. Just call that and let the trade develop. And it worked out pretty well.
There's Dan. Boris has been waiting for you, Dan.
Boris?
Your best friend. He was asking about you earlier. He's like, "Where's Dan? I like Dan. Where is he?"
Well, I was planning to be here right at 3, but
Oh, you're good.
that stupid.
We're just chilling. We were listening to
dog
Trump.
that decided to go on a little neighborhood adventure. So
Fun.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, Trump was swearing in. What's his name? Forgot his name already. But he did a whole speech and everything, so we were just listening to him. He's trying to convince everybody the war's
Please tread well.
over. Yeah, right? That's why you had the treadmill. I love our chat.
Hey, Smooth, Boris is picking on you.
Always. Always.
A little shit going here.
Always. Boris is our guy, man. You gotta have a Boris in every chat, and Boris is awesome. We love that guy.
So Dan is a Bills fan. Oh, it's Al. Actually, of all the AFC East teams, I don't mind the Bills. I've never minded the Bills.
Got a Josh Allen bumper sticker too.
I can't stand the Jets or the who's that other horrible team? Oh, Miami. Sorry, I forget because they never win. But yeah, so I don't mind the Bills. I actually like Josh Allen a lot. So I'm really just sitting down to the screen and getting myself sort of oriented here. But I don't really see a whole lot I'm interested in participating in. If we happen to come up to like 66, 55, maybe. I mean, we're really 300 points away from a short. We're sort of in the middle of the range here for a long. So I'm just going to chill with you guys for now.
Yep.
No, I am not. I am not a Jets fan. I mean, do the Jets have fans?
Evan.
There's the answer.
Only Evan.
Oh, Evan's Jets.
And
Right, I forgot. I had a
he's
bet
always
with-
wrong. He's always wrong.
So it was last year, like we were betting when the Patriots were really crappy, who was actually going to have more wins the next year. And yeah, it wasn't the Jets.
Yeah, Amp, are you in the air right now? Or are you still in just in the airport? Jets flip-flops right now.
So RTY has been an interesting trade. I'm scrolling here. I mean, this sort of looks like it could be a little bit of like an inverse head and shoulders setting up on the intraday here, or some sort of. I don't like making trade decisions on. Jesus, I choked.
You're good.
Makes you nervous.
I don't like-
They're trying to silence you. Trying to silence the sauce.
It almost looks like it could be like a cup and handle type thing for me. I don't make trade decisions on patterns like that. I think they have like a really low hit rate, but you do see them play out sometimes, and this is sort of that M type looking thing that Lee likes. So this is that third leg or fourth leg that Lee likes. Lee, take a look at IWM or RTY. This could be a nice short setting up on RTY.
I've got it up on the screen.
On the intraday?
Yeah, intraday.
Yeah, that's a harmonic. But, with, what are we at? We got like less than an hour left, so I'm not. If it was,
Yeah, how long we got? About 30 minutes.
Yeah, it came to a 113 extension. Yeah, until it gets under really 2505. But again, it's a little late in the day for it to. But it could be a nice overnight short.
What would happen if yesterday didn't get the 1K point pump? Oh no, we need to rub the genie bottle and see.
I sort of like RTY
Couldn't tell you.
or IWM as a short here.
Say hi.
I would probably go IWM just to maybe do options on it versus, but I think you can play R2Y too.
Are you live? What do you mean? What?
Oh, sure.
I just saw this tweet by Bricks. Just in, Iran says, "We have just one message for the American soldiers. Come closer."
Come closer. Wow. Wow.
It's trappish. It's like, I don't.
When are they sending in the Optimus robots?
Well, yeah, there you go. That's what you mean.
Tommy, I bookmarked your song. I'm going to listen to that.
I can't wait for the Optimus army. It's going to be fun.
A senior Iranian defense official says the armed forces have trained in asymmetrical warfare for 2 decades in anticipation of American troops being deployed to designated regions. Come closer.
did short a little IWM or RTY. We'll stop over the high of the day.
Or we just stay far away and bomb the shit out of them again.
My entry price was 25.30.
Boots on the ground isn't a good idea. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Like, yeah. Yeah. Let's keep it from the B5s, can we? Let's keep it from there. The B2s? B2,
B1.
B5, B2, B2.
B1s and B2s.
B2.
Wait, Ryan.
But they do have B52s. You might be mixing that up. You got a combination there.
This is where I need Sniper. Sniper's the plane guy.
Sorry, I can help.
B2
you out.
bomber, right? Yeah, B2 bomber.
Yeah, I can help. I can help you out. B1, B2, B52.
We got it. We got it.
We're good.
Got it. I'm not worried about comments from the guy named Ali Akbar.
Oh my god. Oh, Imp.
Holy.
You got the TikTok dance going back here. TikTok dancer.
We're hitting TikTok dances.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
She likes to perform. She said, "How many people are watching the stream?"
Oh.
Renegade.
I don't know that one. My older sister, she used to force me to do it with her for her TikTok, and I was like,
I
way
don't know
younger.
the TikTok dances.
She makes me do them too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fun.
You can find me on X or on what's it called,
CoverStar.
CoverStar. I don't know how to have TikTok, so that's like a kid-friendly one.
Hit the Quan.
I took a little bit of a scale here, 25, 27 on RTY. Took a little bit off to pay myself. Let's see if we can get a flush out here down to like 25, 20, 25, 15. I could see that going pretty, I mean, we have a half hour before close. I could see us getting a decent little flush out, but this is going to be a nice little trade, I think.
What other things?
I like it. I like it.
If you get down to 505, that's the 23 fib in the pattern, and then 24.97 half. 38
Go
fib.
look at other things.
On RTY.
Yeah.
Yeah, I this is probably the only setup I was scrolling through that I could find for some sort of trade today. Let's see if we can get a flush down to at least 20.
Slapped it. MLC in 20.
Waiting to hear somebody's got a drone carrier. That's next in our future.
When vacation in Isfahan. Emp, are you in the air? Are you having airplane margaritas without me? Halfway to payout now. Let's go, Tommy. Yes, sir. Casey's back. There he is.
I had to update my Google Chrome.
Bing bang.
Bing bang.
No, he was randomly selected for a cavity check because of his accent he picked up in Mexico. Wow.
Yeah, Amp, I like what you're saying. Stop looking for breakouts, breakdowns during power hour. I mean, the data's basically telling you you're better off putting money on the roulette table. There's a reason
Chances
why the
are
roulette
generally very
table
low.
is a
Yeah.
because, you know, make your money.
Oh, Gov's having some rough Wi-Fi.
And they're like, throw it away here.
A little glitchy. A little glitchy. I think Gov's completely frozen right now. He is. It's a great photo of Gov right there. He's focused. Nara, you want to throw your chart up and share anything, or Smooth? Are you looking at, or strategies?
Sure.
Oh, is Gov back? He's trying to come back.
Issue add a unique ID or name attribute to a form.
Here we go. I got you, Lee.
Let's see.
That's what I was talking about.
See what this MLC does. You're good.
You got the chart and the dancing.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, this is RTY short he's in. I was just kind of going over that harmonic. It's the level 2505, 2497. On the downside. But again, with like 25 minutes left in the day, it's not necessarily one I would be too excited about.
Yeah.
If this was setting up in the morning from the open session, this is typically a A+ setup for me on the short side. But get a few points out of it before the close, I think. Other than that, what else today?
Automation only took one short today. I don't think
No.
my Market Ninja took anything.
Let me pull up in my automation here. What did I get today? This is a ninja strategy that hasn't traded today. Took a little short yesterday. It's kind of been slower the last couple of days. There's an MES ninja that had a one loss today, but yesterday it had really nice short here, another short here, and then a reverse long here. This one's been performing nicely today. It hasn't really just taken the one trade, which was a loser. That's okay. Actually, this one, let's see, on gold, has had 4 winners today.
I don't see this one. You might have to share the entire screen.
Oh, hold
'Cause I
on.
think you switched tabs, so I don't see it.
Let me reshare.
No, I need to get on your guys' level. On running as many accounts as you guys do. I'm getting there.
Oh, let's go.
Entire screen. How about now?
Yes, we got you. Yes.
Yeah, this is a new strategy. It's probably going to be in our store, in our marketplace here in the next probably week or so. Just doing some final testing. It's called Vector Platinum.
I think Nara was showing me this one the other day a little bit.
It's had a freaking awesome night on gold last night. It had 4 trades on one micro. It was up, almost $500 in the overnight session. As you can see over the last 90 days, let's say, it's been a really nice performer. Taking a little second here for some reason. There we go. It's up almost 8,000 with minimal drawdown in the last 90 days. So that's a decent one. Running it on MCL right now too with the volatility. It's been flat the last couple sessions, but overall it's up $6,500 in the last 90 days or so.
Yeah. That's solid.
So that's pretty solid. like I said, Ninja on MES has been performing nicely. MNQ is just a beast on this strategy. So that's what I've been running mainly, and most of the action came overnight. Honestly, I woke up to some nice profit, and the rest of the day's just been kind of blah. But that's okay. I like making money when I sleep.
Damn right. Yeah, Tommy's got a ton of accounts. He's trading 23. I have 6 that I trade manually altogether, and then I'm only running 3 automated, but we're gonna stack that up more in a way. But yeah, Tommy's all over it. Which strat is that? Is that Ninja? That's one of the Ninja strategies. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Ninja.
Right, the 3 minute.
I was showing before.
That's the one I'm running pretty much. Yeah.
This is the one I was showing before, Tommy. This is called Vector Platinum. It's going to be in the store probably within a week or so. Does she help? No, she helps spend the gains.
What? What does that mean?
She helps spend the money. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do.
She took me yesterday. Where did we go? Pop Toy, Five Below, and Target, and Starbucks. That was her shopping spree yesterday.
Long or short? Long or short?
Five Below. At least it's not Hermes and Rolex. Yeah.
That's the move, Tommy. Just max them out.
This morning when Costco hit 980, called out some puts that I took earlier. I did trim them intraday here. I will swing the rest.
I want a chicken bake. Oh. I want a chicken bake really badly. Emp, I don't want to hear it. Don't you dare. Emp, don't say a word in the chat right now.
There he is.
Oh, instead of saying a word in the chat, he's coming in to roast me. This guy.
Airport.
He's gonna step in and roast me instead.
I can't stand for that take right there. That was the worst take I've ever heard.
I love a good chicken bake. Get out of
Grilled
here, bro.
chicken with no
Go
flavor?
take your
Come on.
negativity somewhere else, bro. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. This man's drinking a drink. Nice. How many of them you deep right now? How many deep?
Few.
A few. I love that answer.
8-hour layover. Dangerous game here.
8 hour? No.
No. What's a terrace?
Wait, what time is your flight?
Like 4 more hours.
Oh my god.
Jeez. How were the TNC lines?
Well, he didn't have to go through it at that place. He had to do it in Puerto Rico this morning, and it was apparently better, I think. But
I got lucky because of the pre-check. Dude, all these people here are saying it's taking 4 hours to get through here in Houston, and it was like 2.5 in Puerto Rico. But the pre-check line only had like 12 people in it when I got there.
So Puerto Rico was still packed though in San Juan.
Yeah, it was packed, but it was just the security, like the regular one. It wasn't. The pre-check was fine.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wattbender, where you're gonna be? Where are you at? Come to E. It's gonna take you 4 hours just to get here to see me.
No way you guys meet up in the airport. That would be awesome.
As well, so yo, what's up, guys?
Oh, what's up, Sim?
How's it going?
Doing good. Hanging out.
What's up, Sim?
What's good? Let's make some fucking money, all right? Come on.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right,
Texas,
guys.
if you need help with anything, highly recommend getting in the ClearEdge Discord. They will help you set up everything. There's videos as well. It can be like a little bit of a learning process at first, but very, very simple. So ask for help.
Yeah,
They'll help
Texas,
you.
if you go into your ClearEdge app in the bottom right, there's a little speech bubble there that pulls open our chat support, and just ask for a one-on-one session. We do one-on-one sessions for anybody. So or you can go to our YouTube channel, ClearEdge Automation, and there's a bunch of setup videos there to help you too.
Yeah, they'll help you. Don't feel like you're left in the dark, especially because I know the first time it can be a little like, I don't know, just nerve-wracking, honestly, like seeing all the different buttons and like it's a new platform, right? You got to learn what to do, but once you do it a few times, it's really easy. And the first time you set it up is the time that you're going to have to do like the most work. After that, it becomes even easier to just add strategies and add accounts.
Yeah, once you understand the flow, it's super easy. You know,
Yeah.
Like if I've got a new strategy, put a signal on it and attach it to account, literally takes me less than 60 seconds.
I'm
Can
watching
you guys
this.
hear me? I can't hear him at all.
Hear who?
No.
Wait,
I can
No.
hear him.
you can't go?
Nope.
Really?
I can hear.
I mean, he just sounds like he's.
It's a little low, but I can hear you, yeah.
I'm peeking on my system here.
It sounds like you're not speaking into the mic.
It sounds like it's the wrong mic.
It's the wrong mic, I think, probably. Wrong output or input.
Let me check.
I'm watching a 6570 puts SPX, today's expiration. I have an order
heard?
in. Yes, sir.
go.
I have an
Let's
order in
go.
at 450. I'll short the fuck out of this pop if I could get it.
Damn right.
Oh,
I like it. Sim, how we doing? Good to see you.
Good, dude. Good to see you too, man. Happy Tuesdays. Been a phenomenal start to the week yesterday.
I agree. I didn't do anything yesterday, but I had a good trade this morning and was happy with that.
That's what's up, dude. The IV's been through the roof. So hopefully shit starts calming down here, but
I know.
it's been fun though. I love trading the fucking headlines. I love when Trump talks. You can fucking start scalping every sentence, you know?
Pretty much. Yeah. It's insane.
Insane, dude.
We were just listening to his speech right before like top of the hour when Power Hour started, and where he was swearing in what's his name. I don't even know who he is. But yeah, that was fun.
It was so funny when he was all like, "Yeah, I've talked to Iran, you know, they this that," and they're like, "No, we didn't. We never fucking talked."
We didn't talk. I know. It's because none of them are talking directly with each other. You know, they're all
Yeah, he's like, "Why are you
talking to
making
somebody that's talking to somebody that's talking to them. You know. It's like,
Exactly.
Is that better on the mic?
oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. We got you.
I guess I had the wrong input.
It's better. No, you're good.
But Texas, I was just saying, on the ClearEdge software in the bottom right, there's a little speech bubble orange in the bottom right, and just click on that. That'll pull up your support window. Just put in there that you want a one-on-one, and one of us will jump on and help you out.
Gold's falling too.
There goes RTY.
Yeah, might run out of time for this one.
Yeah, that's the only negative.
But I just took another scale at 25, so 5 points. I'll take it.
You may get 05 print here before the close.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could get a 25-20 print. I'd be happy with that and call it an afternoon.
Fill me where I wanted to. I'm looking at the 6560 puts as well now.
$100 per contract gain on the Costco puts. Gotta stop at entry. Doesn't go red. I will swing them overnight. But
Got
did lock
MLC
in some
in
intraday.
3 minutes.
I got an order in at 360 for the 6560 puts. If it pops up, it should fill us. This Ivy's dropping a little bit.
Is AMP still on?
In the background, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. Let me check.
He's at the airport or on the plane.
Yeah, he's hanging out.
Just got filled at 330, 6560 puts. I'm in.
I'm here.
Yeah, he gonna be here.
Glory, Man
Wow.
United.
I just saw Mo Salah is quitting Liverpool at the end of the season.
Yeah, he's gonna go to Saudi at
Probably.
the end of the year.
Make a shit ton of money.
20% here. I'm still holding. Keep going.
And I've been selling the pops all day after the one big move.
40% here. I'm gonna go and take a little safety trim, and I will hold the rest at break even stop. Actually, no, fuck that. I'm holding the rest into the close here.
You go.
Let's go, dude. Why
Yeah.
not? I think we pin out at the 65-50-ish area.
Only thing I have is the NDX is at 24K right here that could hold us in.
You guys swinging anything?
I'm not. Casey is.
Casey, what are you saying?
Maybe a golf club, not in the market. I took
April
some
17th.
I took some CVS calls a little bit ago.
I
Yeah.
put some Boeing calls in for April 17th today.
Boeing. Hey.
Yeah. Boeing 215s.
All right, Frankie.
Speaking of airplanes, that crash was insane.
That was insane, right?
That was
Yeah.
a crazy video.
Did you guys hear the air traffic controller?
The audio is
yeah.
stop.
Yeah, so scary, man. You heard him after. He just sounded so defeated.
Oh yeah.
Well, he kind of acknowledges, like, am I bad, right? It's like,
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, mistakes happen, but very unfortunate with the death.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, I can't imagine being that guy right now. He probably just feels horrible. And then part of the world is like making all the, all these
Yep.
posts and shit. It's just like, damn. I'm swinging Wendy's.
Oh, no one's gonna fall for that. God, what a fight
Did somebody
today.
say Wendy's?
No.
Way too many people around me for me to take that bait, Tommy.
Let's go see. Yeah, no, the SPX Iron Condor is still at 100%. I'm letting it expire full profit. I'm not.
I covered a little bit more, 25, 23.50 from 25.30. Little cash flow trade. Nothing crazy like last week, but we'll take it.
I like these same contracts, 65-60 puts again. I'll take another entry at 270.
Oh, MOC came out. What were the numbers?
I'm in right here at
Oh, shit.
270.
I just realized.
Numbers.
Oh,
Oh, so
351.
tiny, microscopic.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely microscopic.
28 million on the S&P, 32 million on the NASDAQ.
Taking a trim right here, 70%. That was fast as fuck. Let's go.
That's
Oh.
a crazy MOC.
Disgusting.
100% right here. Still gonna hold 5 into the close.
Bing bong.
Nice. Keep going.
Let's ride. Let's go, Costco. Die. Nobody likes you anyways.
Do you guys have any friends that like don't trade, but when the market goes down, they'll hit you up and they'll be like, "Man, you must have lost a lot of money, not knowing
Yeah.
that you shorted the whole fucking thing."
Right? For a while, my parents really didn't understand that. And so, like,
Yeah.
they would talk to me after my day and they'd be like, "Oh, we saw the market was down a lot. Like, you probably had a bad day." And I had like made a ton of money that day. And I'm like, "No, like, we're doing good. It doesn't really matter. Like, the market could be up and I'm having a bad day. Like, it don't really matter."
I love it.
It's so funny.
Come on, baby.
I don't blame him though, dude. Before I started trading, I used to think
Oh.
the same thing, right?
I didn't even
Like,
know you could short. I didn't know what options were. I don't blame them
yeah.
at all. Like, yeah.
All right, still holding 5 into this close. Let's see if it pins it at 65.50.
Those are the ones that I took whenever you call it out.
Yeah, they're
I got
looking
flat
pretty.
25, 20, half.
Let's go.
9.5 point trade on RTY. Calling that a day there.
I've already locked some in, but if it does go to 65.50, these will explode. Little FAFO. You got Q sitting on pre-market lows right now. Oh,
Nice.
There we go. There we go.
150%. Keep going.
Yeah. There you go, Costco. Drop it down a little bit. Drop it down. Drop it down.
Yeah, that RTY was a nice little setup. If we had more time in the day, I would be probably pressing this here down to 25.10, 25.08. But
Dump it.
we're gonna run out of time. I don't think we're gonna break down on anything here.
Come on, dump it. Dump it.
Next candle, sell.
Let's fucking go.
Sam!
All right, I'm holding 2 into the close now. Let's go.
Fuck, dude. Ain't no way these getting the money, right? Right.
I don't know if they're gonna pin this thing, dude. These bids are weak. It looks like it's about to fall apart. Come on, keep going.
Does it go and hit 65.50?
Let's see.
Okay, hold on. I got one left. Let's see.
All right.
Let's see. Oh!
That's probably gonna be it right there.
Probably. I'm gonna eat this last contract, but it's all good. We'll see.
It loses 50 and it's just gonna throw up after that.
I just wanted to hit 50.
Let's see if we get it. Keep going.
I gotta. What did it hit? 51.7. Piece of shit. I don't know. There's 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. Sim would say that's plenty of time.
That's plenty. That's a lifetime.
Lifetime for Sim.
I think you can scalp a long NQ right here.
Dude, it could be 3:59 and like 35 seconds left. She's like, "Oh, we got 25 seconds left. All right, plenty of time." SPX 65.40. I'm like, what the?
I'm actually about to take that right now. 65.55 puts. I'm gonna take a 110 entry. If it pops up, it should fill us there. The ivy's falling. Go, come on. It's kind of far away, but let's see. All right, 3 minutes left.
I'll probably eat this last contract. It's holding.
It's looking weak as fuck, though. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Now it's sitting at 60. Come on.
Frosty, stop making me think about chicken bakes, bro. I want a chicken bake.
Well, are they really good?
I love them. I think they're really good.
Yeah.
Emp gives me trash for it, but gives me a bunch of shit for it. But he says the chicken sucks. The chicken's not amazing.
I don't know. Do you like boiled chicken?
No. Sounds flavorless.
There's your answer.
Ugh.
No, it's full of flavor. It's like an Alfredo sauce in there. It's delicious. It's delicious. Oh.
Yeah, you slap
Jordan,
some flavor
man,
on some boiled chicken. Good job.
That's some white people shit, dude.
Then try the hot dog. The hot dog is good. The hot dog's banging.
You can't go wrong with the hot dog.
The hot dog's
$1.50
banging.
and a drink. What the
and
fuck?
a drink. Exactly.
You guys are sleeping on the pizza.
The pizza's high. I mean, like, in distress, you know. I'd rather have the chicken bake all day though.
Pizza's like doughy as hell.
It gets the job done, but you know.
Whatever. If you're hungover, everything sounds good.
Yeah. Right.
Someone just
The hot
delivered
dogs are
something
really
to my
good.
front door.
All right, let's see if this thing fills us. 65, 55 puts at 110 is my entry.
Bro, I got one contract left. There's no way this thing comes back from the grave.
Come on.
No way.
Minute 15.
SPX would have to drop to like 65, 45. You got 60 seconds, plenty of time.
Yeah, structurally, this is not a good closing down here. I mean, it easily exposes, into Friday's lows.
Oh, they're spanking it.
I'm in at 110 right here. 65, 55 puts. 110 entry. I'm letting these close. I only bought 10.
All right, you guys have a good one. I've got to sprint to an appointment. All right, we'll talk.
No worries, Gov.
All right,
Take care.
Take care, man. Bye.
We got this bell.
10 seconds. Let's see if it prints. 2 seconds.
Nah.
Time for me in too long for me.
Look,
MP grabbed that.
they closed QQQ right on pre-market low, and
Amazing.
SPY is like the opening candle high is where it just bounced and sat at. What a disgusting.
Look what they did with IndieX. They pulled it right back above 24K at the close.
Insane.
What a day.
All right.
All right, so what are we betting on is the question.
Oh, bet time.
No, the games are until Thursday.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
All crew. Another day in the books. Wednesday tomorrow. I don't think we have any data really tomorrow. I was looking. I don't see anything. Crude oil inventories. That doesn't really matter for us. So, and a tiny MOC today. You see that MOC yet?
I didn't even see it. I just heard you guys talking about it.
It's 28 million on the sell side, 32
I
million
mean,
to the buy
who's
side.
who's making any big moves right now?
True.
Like, it's
just
just the
like,
logical
wow.
piece of it.
Microscopic.
If you look at Dan's face right now, he's like, I wouldn't buy or sell anything. This is no man's in a big, like in the bigger scheme of things, big
If
picture.
anything, it's
You're
a
not-
buy here because sort of at the lows, like SPX sort of closed at that channel low. So, I mean, but I would rather smash each one of my toes with a hammer than lay this right here.
Oh.
I'd rather do nothing.
Agreed.
Nice airport beer.
Yeah, nice airport beer.
Yeah,
Yeah, where
you
are
know,
you
they
headed?
just keep giving these to you.
Need to get you a
I'm
clear
headed home.
chat.
Are you headed home? Alright.
Em, did I hear you say you had
Set
an
it up.
8-hour layover?
Yeah, 8 hours.
Dude, you're gonna be smashed in 8
Smashed,
hours.
bro. He's gonna be smashed, bro.
That's after a 5-hour flight this morning.
Oh my god, dude.
Cooked. That you almost missed. I can't believe you made that.
Dude, I
Oh
don't.
my gosh.
Dude,
Wait,
I
what
woke
time
up
was
and
your
I have-
flight? You left at 5:30. What time is your flight?
My flight was at 6:40, and I left my Airbnb at 5:30.
Yeah, rough.
This dude in the
Especially
black
with the line,
Tesla
yeah.
was going 80 something down the little interstate there to get me there.
Yeah. With the
So he
bridge.
hooked it up. I gave him a big tip.
I was
Nice,
gonna say,
nice.
I'll keep tipping you the faster you go.
Yeah, faster you
Bro,
go.
hey, I was thrown back in that Tesla when we took off. It was yes.
Every minute
Miguel
you take off,
knew
the
it.
destination time is an extra $5 tip, baby. Run it.
Shout out
Run
Miguel
it.
for sure. He
Oh
beat
my
the
gosh.
GPS.
That's hilarious.
That's always the goal when you're traveling. Beat the GPS time.
And for you back tomorrow morning or no? For a stream?
I
Or
was
tentative?
planning on it, but I think tentative because I think I have to go to I think it's a father-son thing at my son's school first thing in the
Okay.
morning. And I've been gone for a week, so I think I'm going to sacrifice the stream for that and then
Yeah.
be on like mid-morning, late morning somewhere.
Sounds good. No worries. I was just wondering for the crew here. Well, we'll crew hang out with me on Spaces in the morning. Then tomorrow morning we'll all be on Spaces. Emp will probably be on stream later. I might be opening it. I don't know. Either way, probably similar thing to today. So we'll see everybody then. Make sure you're liking the stream if you haven't already. Click that like button. Click the subscribe button. We'll be back bright and early in the morning, y'all. So see you then. Peace out. Have a good one, crew.
Later, guys. Have a good night.
Take care, everybody.